A few weeks ago, I uploaded a video called Why Did I Start an OF? Where I talked about how I got started in this realm of content creation and how it has changed my life. I recommend watching that video before this one so you can better understand the situation I'm in, you know? And I also want to stress that I stand behind most of what I said in that video. More on that later. And by the way, if you couldn't already tell, I'm not going to be speaking freely today. I have a script next to me right here on my MacBook because the last time I tried to speak a script freely, it took me 2 hours and I can't be bothered. But yeah, I uploaded that video, Why Did I Start an OF? And a few weeks later, I quit. On February 25th, after taking a couple days off to work on self-destructive habits and reflect on my mental health, which has been at an all-time low, I officially announced that I'm quitting OnlyFans. I put out a statement on Twitter with lots of information and explanation behind my decision, and the reception was mixed. Many reactions were very positive and very supportive and very kind.
Oh my god, my Shayla!
However, some accused me of using OF as a cash grab, exploiting lonely people, and then dipping. And some others...
Open up that fucking hole.
This is not acceptable. Your hole is publicly demand must be opened till it's damaged.
Yeah, I have also received literal death threats from hardcore gooners, which I probably should be concerned about, but I just can't. It's hilarious to me. So yeah, let's get into why I decided to quit OnlyFans. The reason is that it started being more frustrating than enjoyable, and I had to force myself every time to make content, and that negatively affected my already very bad mental health. Now, I know that in every job there's always things that you have to do, even if you don't really feel like doing it, and that's fine. However, if the entire job becomes nothing but stress and doing things basically against your will, which was the case for me for the past few months, it's time to get the fuck out of there. And that's exactly what I did. Now, initially, I thought I just needed like a few days off for my motivation to come back. And so on February 17th, I announced a little hiatus from OnlyFans and Twitter. I posted the tweet and then turned off all notifications for those apps. I wanted to make the time count, so I got into meditation and started working on reconnecting my mind and body. Because as you might know, since I've talked about it quite a lot, I suffer from severe panic attacks, which makes my life a living hell. They happen as soon as I leave the house. My mind just can't trust my healthy body to not fail me, so I have to consciously focus on everything that I feel in case it's something dangerous, like a heart attack or something, and I have to react quickly to save my life. It's impossible to describe what that feels like, this genuine fear of death for literally no reason. You can really only understand if you've been in that situation yourself. And that had been steadily developing and progressively gotten worse and worse over the past 10 plus years. So yeah, for about the past 6 months, it's been so incredibly bad that I've barely left my house, barely had a social life except for my family and my best friend, and as an obvious result of that, I became extremely depressed. Now, I think you understand that when you're in that situation, the last thing you feel like doing is getting in full glam and wig, undressing and shoving objects up your ass and pretending, you know, it's fun and you're happy. So with everything that was going on that I just told you about, making content became yet another heavy and painful break on my shoulders that was weighing me down. All right, now back again to February 17th. I just started my hiatus and started meditating and listening to my body. And over time, I realized that this break might have just been the best decision I've made in a very, very long time. I realized that not once in my life I have ever sat down and taken time to process and release built up feelings and emotions. So when I finally allowed my mind and body to just let go, it hit me hard. I really don't think I've ever cried this much in such a short amount of time in my entire life. It wasn't sad crying, it was relieving, and it helped me to, free my mind just enough to realize that right now I have to remove everything that negatively affected me from my life to be able to fully concentrate on healing myself. Now, of course, you can't just remove thoughts from your head that easily, especially when they had time to manifest for over 10 years. That's gonna take a lot more time to heal. But there was one thing that had been causing me nothing but distress for months that I knew I could get rid of right away: OnlyFans. I think I made the final decision that I was gonna quit around 3-4 days into my break. But of course, I was nervous to announce it. How will people react? Will it destroy everything I've built up over the past 2 years? But as the days went by and I fully settled into the healing process, I started to care less and less about other people's opinions, about the money I'd be losing out on. It just all didn't matter to me anymore. So a few days later, again, February 25th, I announced it. And I gotta say, ever since I put out that tweet, I genuinely feel reborn. I feel a sense of self-respect and self-love that I don't remember ever feeling. Now, I believe that comes from the fact that I took charge and decided to do what's best for me and not for others. I do not regret starting an OnlyFans, and I'm not ashamed of the videos and photos of me that are out there. My decision did not come from embarrassment. I want to make that very, very clear, okay? However, did selling my body have a positive effect on my mind? No. So I want to use this little segment to make an appeal to anyone of similar age considering starting an OF. Please, please be careful. It's so easy to lose yourself in the attention, the likes, the money, and neglect yourself for your career, which is what happened to me. And of course, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices to get ahead, but it should not come at a cost like mine. The last few months have been the worst of my life, and there were several moments where I had lost all hope. Please make sure you listen to your body and what it needs. So yeah, what's going on now? Where am I currently? I have found my passion and creativity more than ever before. And I'm super active on YouTube. I started a Twitch channel and I've never felt better. Now, of course, I'm not even close to being cured yet. You know, healing these years, these many, many years of self-negligence is probably gonna take months of work, or even years, but I'm more confident than ever that I can make it out. I still regularly experience lows, and I still can't really leave my house the way I want to, but I feel strong, and I know that God is watching over me and protecting me, and that helps me a lot. Yeah, that's the current standings of the situation. Of course, there's much more stuff that goes into the situation, but this is the main reason why I decided to quit OnlyFans. If you've made it here to the end of this video, I want to say thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions that I did not answer in this video, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. And I hope you guys join me in my new chapter of my life. You know, I'm only 20, I still have so much life ahead of me, and I'm choosing to live that life in happiness and not the nightmare that my life has been for the past few years. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!